found a supplier, and the sample was perfect. Order number one and order number two, all great. But order number three arrives and it's a disaster. You saw that almost 30% is defect. The supplier claimed it was all damaged during shipping, but there's no real way to verify because you didn't do any pre shipping quality inspections. Does that sound like you? Now, it's often the factory testing your attention span or trying to offset their own rising material costs. So, if you aren't looking, they might swap out a premium component for a standard one and save a couple of percent margin. So, what can you do if you have a certain budget that you have to fit and you're not able to perhaps do meticulous quality inspection? Now, first is relying on a photo or something like same as last time as your requirement is not enough. Now, you need to create something like a product requirement document, even a one-page PDF or even an Excel sheet with your specifications on it. It might include things such as exact weight, dimensions, color codes, and a defect list. So there's some kind of a threshold in what you define as a defect. If it's not in writing, it may not exist in the factory's eyes. And second, you need something that you can compare side by side. So you always need your final sample that the factory has sent to you. You need to keep it and you shouldn't send it back to the factory. So when the order arrives, you pull a random unit and you put it physically next to each other and you can compare it, take photos, video, whatever you need to, and show the differences to the factory. It's an undeniable data point when you're able to show the factory that you have a standard and that your standard hasn't changed, but it seems that their production line somehow has. Now, the third thing that I would recommend is if your order is of a certain significant value, then you should actually hire a professional quality inspection company or person to go to the factory and do these checkups before the factory actually ships to you or before the products leave the factory. Now, you don't need a complex system. You just need to hire perhaps a local inspector for pre shipment inspection. They go to the factory, they open random boxes, and send you a report with photos, videos, and everything. Now, you need to tell the factory that before you pay your 30% deposit, that the final 70% is only paid after your third party inspection passes. This normally helps to keep them on their toes and honest through the whole production run. The fourth thing is a randomized live sample request. So during production, you can tell the salesperson or the factory owner, whomever you communicate with, for a 10-second video of a random unit from the line. Ask them to hold up the piece of paper with your name and today's date or whatever you want them to write on it, just to make sure that you can tell it's from today and not a video from some time a while ago. It's a way of showing the work without needing a full-time person on the ground if you're on a budget. And the last thing, the fifth thing, is you should reward consistency and not just low price. If your order number 4 or number 5 is perfect, you should tell them, acknowledge the consistency. Business in China is built on trust but verify. When you show them you are a pro who notices the small details, they are much less likely to try and fade your quality to save a few cents. Sourcing is about expectations. If you set loose expectations, then you get loose quality. By using these simple manual checks and a small team, you can probably maintain the same quality standards as a big retailer. So hopefully you found that useful and subscribe for more tips. Thank you.